Dímelo, mi gente. You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shot himself. Look, folks, we have to greatly appreciate Devin Haney. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I know that in this community there's a lot of Devin Haney haters. There's Devin Haney supporters. But for the most part, for the hardcore boxing fans, we should appreciate Devin Haney. Because for his young era, right? For his young generation, he's picking up the slack. Especially right now when we're in the downtime of the sport of boxing. You know, it's kind of low right now. It's not, there's not a lot to anticipate. There's not a lot of things to be excited about. But just to keep boxing going and keep the conversation and the interest going, really, Devin Haney is stepping up to his third division, daring to be great, versus a Brian Norman Jr. that a lot of people, you know, was happy to see him make a statement out there in Japan. Of course, there was supposed to be a potential fight, a unification bout with him, with Brian Norman Jr. and Boots Ennis, but as we all know, Boots Ennis declined that. Well, really, Brian Norman Jr. declined that, and Boots Ennis went to the 154-pound division, and there's going to be some sexier attraction matches out there in the 154-pound division. You already know, if y'all been following the channel, that's one of my favorite. It's been my favorite division for quite some time. I think it's the most stacked division in the sport of boxing. So I'm liking how that 154 division is going to play out. Hey, and even though the winner of Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. can move up to the 154-pound division and still be a, you know, and add to the pool, but Devin Haney, and I know there's people out there that don't, the people that don't like Devin Haney or hate Devin Haney, you already know it's not about Devin Haney really, because Devin Haney doesn't say things to be hated. He's not out there trying to create a character to be a villain, to be hated and not appreciated, right? But there's also a dynamic of the outspoken fathers. And you know, here in America, the outspoken fathers truly never get the benefit of the doubt, and it creates a type of, you know, trying to some type of resentment and hate and dislike. You know, it does with Tio, it did with Daniel Garcia, with Henry Garcia, a little bit of who else? It doesn't even have to be in America. Look at John Fury with Tyson Fury, right? So the outspoken fathers truly made it a little bit difficult for their sons to be liked. But for the most part, y'all already know that Devin Haney has a great legacy for 26, 27 years old. Was undisputed in the lightweight division, stepped up to the 140-pound division and faced Regis Prograis, right? And to be honest, Devin Haney was in a position where he could have just easily like milk it, right? I mean, think about it. Devin Haney didn't have to face Vasily Lomachenko to defend the world title, to defend his undisputed crown, right? Because in the end of the day, Lomachenko didn't want to fight Devin Haney. So, but he still gave Lomachenko an opportunity. Also, in a 140-pound division, he didn't have to go and face Regis Prograis right away. And around that time, people was questioning who was the best guy, the best at 140, whether it was Regis Prograis or Josh Taylor. Yes, Josh Taylor was undefeated, but you know, a lot of people was talking about his hiccup performance versus Catterall on the first fight, and they didn't feel that there was people out there that they didn't feel that he was the same guy that faced Jose Ramirez. People wanted to downplay the accomplishment and the win of Teofimo Lopez because they feel like Josh Taylor lost to Catterall. You know, that it was a robbery. But anyway, Devin Haney still did his thing. Devin Haney has been active. Devin Haney's team has been transparent. It's Devin Haney's team that called out all these fighters that brought out the list. Now, there was supposed to be a fight. One of the most marinated fight in the sport of boxing, right? Was Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez had that fight on the table. First, reports say that he verbally agreed, was about to sign the deal or did sign or whatever. In the 11th hour, chose not to. So that left, people frustrated in the sport of boxing. But then Devin Haney right away just got that Brian Norman Jr. fight. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta appreciate where boxing is at right now, what Devin Haney's trying to do right now. So I'm really have to appreciate and be a fan of how the Haneys are moving. And I think for the people that be like on some not supporting Haney or wishing on his downfall, things, even when I was one of the ones that was not highly critical, but I didn't want to give Devin Haney the benefit of the doubt after what happened with the situation with Ryan Garcia, because in all actuality, in my heart, I don't believe that Ryan Garcia truly was out there juicing and really, no, because a guy that juice, you know, an athlete that juice, they go out there and work out. You know, you just can't just use juice and you think that you're going to be Superman. No. But at the end of the day, we still had to give Devin Haney the benefit of the doubt. And he was the professional one. And not give the guy that was unprofessional the benefit of the doubt, even if we like the performance. And I think that's what it is. Boxing needed that performance. It needed something like that. Whether it was Devin Haney to Ryan Garcia or Ryan Garcia to Devin Haney, it needed a performance like that to captivate the imagination, the emotions of the boxing fan. Especially with these guys that people was attaching, the Four Kings, the Ryans, the Devins, the T.O.s, the Tank, and add that with Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Fab Five. We needed that, and I think that was the last time that many in America truly was excited about a performance. You know what I'm saying? Hey, even Ryan Garcia went to visit a damn president right there before he became president. Like, everybody was talking about Ryan Garcia, and everybody was intrigued. Everybody was excited about that performance, and then it was, it got thrown down in the toilet. And then, you know, of course, Devin Haney and his team did uncharacteristic stuff that we never seen in the sport of boxing, and suing Ryan Garcia. Yeah, at the end of the day, the morals of it, was he right? Probably was right for it. But because it was different, and we look at these fighters like different type of humans, like, yo, what you suing because you got your butt whooped and stuff like that. Yeah, at the end of the day, Devin Haney hasn't done nothing wrong. Devin Haney don't really get in trouble. Devin Haney is a good kid and gives back to his community and stuff like that. We've seen Devin Haney grow. Where Devin Haney is right now is where Devin Haney is supposed to be. So the boxing world is lucky to, in this generation, right now where we stand, because we don't know when Shakur is going to get back in the ring. We don't know when Tio is going to get back in the ring. We hear the Shakur and Tio, but even listening to Teofimo Lopez during several interviews he had out there in Barclays Center, I don't think a lot of people heard optimistic and stuff like that. Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be fighting Jake Paul. Ryan Garcia, we don't know when he's going to be stepping back in the ring. And I'm talking about these guys, not like the other young. It's not like I'm saying the other young fighters is not as important, like the Virgins and the Bulls. But the thing is, these guys was marketed as this is going to be their era. And the guy that right now is staying active and being transparent and getting him in the ring and still daring to be great is Devin Haney. So we got to appreciate right now, especially when boxing is down, we have to appreciate Devin Haney. And hopefully that they have a great fight out there in Saudi Arabia. I got Devin Haney. I do have Devin Haney beating Brian Norman Jr. I won't be surprised if Brian Norman Jr. wins, but I do. But I think that Devin Haney has the most experience, well polished, well molded by the greats. Has great Mr. Miyagi's coming up. Got more of a legacy. I think that and when he wants to be a smart fighter, he could be a smart fighter. Doesn't have to be an exciting fighter, but he know how to win. He always knew how to win. And the time when he wants to bring out that type of excitement and stay and try to knock somebody out or hurt somebody, that's what he really not at his best. So whether people like it or not, I think Devin Haney at Devin Haney's best could be Brian Norman Jr. Devin Haney wants to compliment the fans and what they want to see from Devin Haney, and then he put himself on. I don't think he's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? The last time that we see Devin Haney really the time that Devin Haney trying to go for it, right? Stand in the middle of the ring, exchange punches with his opponent. He got in trouble with Linares. People felt that it was a controversial victory with Vasily Lomachenko, but if you notice, Devin Haney, even when Vasily Lomachenko took his jab away, he was going to the body and stuff like that. Will force him to sit down, but yet he was still doing a well job, even though the Lomachenko was also doing a good job. But that was the point of the fight, right? Checkmate. It was supposed to be. It's the way that they promoted the fight is the way that fight, was showcased for us. And then He wanted to go out there and knock out Ryan Garcia. Look what happened. But if Devin Haney sticks to Devin Haney, whether people like it or not, he's going to win. Let me know what y'all think. Subscribe to the channel. This is Punch Wrong Boxing. You already know. Love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.